Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Module 13. I know you guys are getting so excited as we end near the end of this course together, and you guys get ready for your next steps. So as we get ready for Module 13, the topic of our discussion is ESOL program delivery models. So in this module, we're going to learn about the various delivery models for English learners, as well as the obligations of the school system for serving these ELs. So what are our learning objectives for today? We're going to look at each of those individual modules that are offered to teach ELs. We're going to briefly look at each one of them just so that you're familiar and that you are aware that they do exist. And maybe you can make some connections if you're in a student teaching situation right now, that you're seeing what you're doing in your district reflected in our discussion of the different modules today. So here's our checklist, as always. Here's what you need to read. Here is a discussion prompt for our module this week, as well as the completion of that third SIOP lesson plan. These are some great readings for you. I hope you will take time to peruse these and read about them and be able to make some connections between the English learners you may see in either your school or your classroom and what we discussed during this module. And so, as usual, each of these have live links that will take you to those articles. I'm not going to open those up because I have some screenshots of those links. And so in the resource guide, I think it's really important for you guys to understand the entry and exit procedures for the ESOL programs and why this is so important. Because as you guys have learned, and as we've been talking about through our last 12 to 13 weeks together, the ESOL population in the state of Georgia is booming. And if you're in a situation where you're working in a school right now, I think you probably see that. And one thing that once you get into a teaching position and you start working in a school system where there are lots of ESOL or EL kiddos, there's something called an OCR Dear Colleague letter. This is what the feds have put together to tell us what us in our school systems need to do and our legal obligations. Additionally, we have state guidance, and we're going to take a quick look at that during this module as well. I really love this infographic. This is an infographic that is put together by the Georgia Department of Education. And it kind of shows us in one quick glimpse what are the legal obligations of the school system. And we talked some about this when we looked at the different laws that protect our ELs. Here they are all together. And as you begin your work in a school district, it's important for you to know what your obligations are as a district, as a school, and as a teacher to help meet the needs of our English learners that are in our classrooms. As I work with potential teachers, current teachers, administrators, and school districts, I always like to talk about the differences between Title III and ESOL. And I'll let you read the differences for yourself. But when we think about these two programs, I want you to think about the ESOL program. This is a state requirement, and Title III is federal. Okay, so ESOL are the state obligations, and these are federal obligations. Another big difference that may or may not matter to you is that the Title III is where where you supplement your ESOL program. Okay, and you actually have funding from the feds that come with Title III money if you have a specific number of ELs in your district. These are some of the different delivery models that are available for you. And these are usually decided by your district and your local admins in your building. They kind of look at the number of ELs that are in the school. They also look at the number of ESOL endorsed teachers in the building, and they make decisions based on that as to which one of these delivery models will be used in their building. And it's not unusual to see more than one. I've seen some push in, and I've also seen some scheduled class sizes, and I've seen some collaborative models all within one single school setting. Here's a slide that kind of gives you the definitions of each of those models for you to read about. And if, like, once again, if you're in a school setting, to be able to make that connection between what you see here and what you see in that setting. See if you can figure out which of these delivery models are reflected in your current situation. Great article for you guys to read. It's about not one size fits all when it comes to our ELs. And while this article was written in 2009, during 2009, we still had the acronym ELL. And as the years have gone and transitioned, we've changed that to ELs. So as you're looking and as you're reading, you're going to see both of those acronyms, but know that the current one that we are using in the state of Georgia is EL. All right, and so I really like this article because it talks about the different models that are available and what are the pros and what are the cons of each of those models. So I think you'll find this article very interesting in your readings this week. Here's some more research that goes along with those different models. And so take time to look at this and make those connections over here as well. And then finally, we're going to wrap up this, this module by looking at the assignments for the week. You have a discussion question, all right, and that's pretty easy for you to respond to. Additionally, you are finishing that third lesson plan. Once again, I'm going to highly encourage you to please take the time to look at the examples and the exemplars that are included for this lesson plan. I want you guys to score well, I want you to do well, and I want you to learn. And so using those exemplars will help give you an idea of how you can apply your specific lesson plan to those models and make those vital connections. I hope you all have a wonderful week. If you have any questions, as usual, please feel free to reach out to me. I will get back to you as soon as I can.